Hi everyone, new video of ZStyle for React Native, where I'm going to show you how to use the ZImage component with a cached image. So ZStyle library doesn't provide cached image functionality out of the box. So you can use the library of your choice that you're already using today to cache your image, but I'm going to show you how to integrate this cached image library into ZStyle components ZImage. So first, let's create our project. Going to my app directory, React Native, init ZStyle cached image. Here you go. While we are here, we are going to do what? We are going to wait for my project creates. Take a little bit. Okay. Seeding the project. So first, let's install ZStyle, obviously. npm install. Grab that to copy the ZStyle.js file with all utilities available for ZStyle. So you just copy the file from the library into the root of your project. Okay, great. What else do we need? We will need Axios to grab some data. Then for to cache the image, I'm going to use this library named React Native Cached Image. Not the initial one, but the forked from Gary Fong, which is more maintained than the initial one. So the first step to use this library is to install fetch blog. So again, it used to be React Native fetch blog, which is not maintained. So now instead of React Native fetch blog, you need to use rn fetch blob. So here you go. And once you install it, you need to link it to the native code, like so. Right. So here I'm just going to do a yarn delete the node modules, clear the cache, and reinstall the node module. So this is what this command is doing: rn-reset, rn-reset, just to refresh the whole thing. And then I can link and fetch blob. Okay, good to go. Let's install this library here. Let's open the project in code. So I've got ZStyle, Axios, and fetch blob, and React Native cached image. Should arrive in a while. Here you go. So I believe I've got everything I need to start with the project. Let's start it on the side because it's going to take a while. Right, to reset again. iOS-X is a shortcut, an alias that I have as well to run iOS run command from React Native. I believe it's iOS run, not sure. If I go to my aliases file here, so I have some aliases. iOS-X is React Native run iOS and with a simulator iPhone X. You have another one for iPad. For regular phone by default, rn reset, here is this one. So remove on modules, yarn cache clean, and yarn install. As simple as that. Okay, so I believe it should be reset by now. Great, so we can start the project in parallel, since for the first time it's going to take a little while. Going back to code. So let's start to make our code while it is running. Clean up a little bit. Start fresh. Here you go. Okay. So we will need Axios to grab some data on one of my local projects. You won't be able to access the data just on my computer, but just to have real world Axios equal to have a real world example. So required Axios. Then let's import what we need in the library. So ZView, ZImage from React Native ZStyle. Let's import dimensions from React Native. Cached image from React Native cached image. Const width. Let's grab the width from the dimensions library. The get window. I think we are good to go. First, having a ZView taking the entire space with a flex1 utility coming from the ZStyle file. No, sorry. Flex1 is actually not coming from the ZStyle, it's a standard utility available within the library. So we have a few like that, but doesn't require customization. Flex1, you will manage Flex1. I believe you have Flex1, 2, 3, and 4, which should cover 99% of the cases. I don't believe you use Flex 5 or 6 further your project. I'm open to suggestion if you want to have more Flex utilities available, let me know. We can always discuss it. Then, so let's create a state with some locations. So it's some restaurants PI that I have here, which will be an empty array to start with. Then the function that's going to fetch the locations. So for this, we are going to nasty function. Let data with an alias of locations equals await axios.get. And I'm going to grab information from my local project here. Great, and let's put that into our state. Okay, and then when the component did mount, is that fetch locations with a S. Then in the render function, we need to access this location from the state. And here we need to map over them to grab the picture I have inside this. So let's return the image. Let's put an index as well. Key is requested. Then our source will be location.venue.photo. ZStyle for the height of the pictures of 200, height of 200, and we're going to use a regular style prop to get the width from the dimension library that we have just here. Okay, so let's see. How is it doing here? Yeah, obviously we need to restart. Just started before, so now it should be much faster. Okay, so we grab our images as requested. Need to refresh once. So you see we have some delay grabbing it. So now that we grab our image normally, let's cache our images with a cache image here. So it's the only thing we didn't do yet. So I'm going to grab this component. And within ZStyle, the ZImage component, you have a props that you can use, which is called cached, not with, but with, where you simply pass the component with a cache functionality. And it will just, instead of rendering an image component from React Native, or if you use in the previous video you've seen for the animated, instead of rendering an animated.image, it's going to render the component that you are passing here, literally. So the cached image you are passing, component you are passing to the cached with props, how the library is handling it is that instead of rendering an image, it will render a cached with component, which is related to the component you pass to it. And therefore, all properties that you put in there will be accessed by the cached image, just like any other component. So if you use other libraries like there is one React Native fast image or something like that, same principle. I didn't test it, but I believe it works, is that you pass your components in there, and ZStyle will just use it. The idea behind is not to have any opinion on which library you should use for the cached image functionality. It's just to provide the solution with the ZStyle, the ZImage component. So let's see how we're doing now. When we reload, so you can see that now you have a little loading indicator from the library, I believe, and that the images are loading much faster because they have obviously been cached now. If I remove the props, yeah, you can see that the application is downloading again. Each time you reload, the application is loading the images while with the props cached with and the library cached image, React Native cached image. You can see the difference that the images are cached this time. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you for other tips with ZStyle. Bye.